back to Talking Rad, the podcast, with your hosts, the Rad Katz. Today is episode 13, baby.
And today we have an interesting segment. I told Sky to look it up. I don't think he's too happy about it.
It's very disturbing.
Yeah, it is. Both what they do to this person and what this person has done. No, he's not a serial killer. Although he might become one if
I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah. It's the infamous Christian Weston Chandler, aka Chris Chan, and he's an infamous figure on the internet.
He's done a lot of things.
Yeah. PewDiePie talked about him. There's several people who have followed him and studied him as like a historical figure almost. And what he is, if you don't know who he is, Chris Chan is infamous for making a webcomic called Sonichu, where it's this very poorly written, poorly drawn comic book called Sonichu, where it's about a Pikachu who gets hit by, I can't remember exactly the details because I didn't actually read the comic, I just heard the summary, where he gets hit by something and then he turns into part Sonic. Oh, I think it's where Sonic and Pikachu accidentally collide and they make a Sonichu, which is
Accidentally collide or like sexual encounter.
No. Like this is he wrote this before all the sexual. He put the sexual stuff in this webcomic. And he wrote it for years, and then he put it up on Something Awful, and that's where his infamy rose, because people started to make fun of him for it. And the internet is such a wonderful place.
Mind you, though, that this Chris Chan, he's a high-functioning autistic.
Yes.
Which doesn't make him not autistic. He still is autistic.
Yeah, and he wrote this when he was like out of high school. Like
he was like 25.
Yeah.
Wasn't he?
He's like, I think he was in his like 20s when he started it. He's like 25 when he started it. And then he created the Sonichu character for an album cover. I think it was in high school or college. And he is actually surprisingly a college graduate. I don't remember what he graduated for, but I remember watching a video where it said it took him longer than usual to get that type of degree. I think he went to like a technical college, but anyways, so do you want to say anything?
Well, just to kind of give you the base, like Chris Chan, he's a high-functioning autistic, and people like to troll him.
Yeah.
But he kind of begs it on himself.
Yeah.
Which I'm not justifying, saying that, oh yeah, people should totally jump on it because he's being weird. But
yeah.
I mean, at the same time, like, I'm not saying he got what he rightfully deserved, but how he reacted and the things he did is what brought on all of the torment and the trolling, and it's really messed up. It's kind of dark. It's not kind of. It is dark. It's like, whoa.
It's very dark.
I guess maybe Thane can just give you kind of a brief history of Chris Chan and what happened.
Okay, so
try to do it as quick as possible.
I'm not gonna do the birth or like when he was born.
Yeah, that's fine.
But he has made several TV appearances, which is surprising, and he like made a DVD about his TV appearances, and one of the videos he had on there was like a video where he's saying like you should boys should play with My Little Pony dolls to understand girls better, and girls should play with Transformers toys. This was like when he was in 25. This was like in his mid-20s. A grown man talking about like girls playing with boys' toys to understand boys better. And he was never taught the proper way how to like talk to a girl or interact with a girl. Which like
once again, he's still autistic.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't change.
Like, if he was taught, like, by someone how to actually, like, interact with people, especially females, because he is a horny guy. Like, which is, it was a lot of the disturbing stuff that happened. This is because he's just like immature and horny.
He did a lot of weird
Yeah.
sexual things. He would
Yeah.
film videos of him like having sex with a blow up doll.
And said, Julie,
Yeah.
Julie.
Well, I guess kind of a backstory on that is there was this girl named Julie that pretended to be his girlfriend, right?
Over the internet, yeah.
Over the internet. So he never saw her.
Yeah.
And so he would send videos of him banging this blow up doll.
It was only like one video, and it's supposed to be only for her. But since the girl was a troll, he leaked it. Yeah, it's actually a boy. It's actually a 13-year-old boy, and he fell for it because he was talking over the chat. He's like, Chris, there's got something I gotta tell you. You've been having sex with that 13-year-old boy. You sick fuck. Is like, oh.
Yeah. Anyway,
that was really messed up. I felt like, what's wrong with that kid? That's that's really cruel what that kid did.
it's messed up. Man.
Yeah. And the other trolling, some of it found they were kind of just poking fun at him because
of how he acts.
Yeah.
He's very obnoxious.
They didn't mean harm, but how he reacted was over the top, and sometimes you gotta learn to pull back. But there's this one troll, and his name was Clay Cash, and Clay Cash, he was considered Chris Chan considered him his sworn enemy because that trolling went on for he trolled Chris Chan for the longest. This is a record trolling, and at one point he sent prostitutes to Chris Chan's house.
See, this is if this were to happen today, they would find out who these internet trollers. They're actually bullying.
Yeah.
Even back then when they were trolling him, they were bullying him, dude.
Yeah.
Getting this kid to do whatever you wanted because he's a high-functioning autistic kid. He's autistic. High functioning doesn't mean anything. He's still autistic.
Yeah.
I mean, he's higher functioning than autistic kids, but he's still not as functioning as a normal human being.
Yeah.
And so when they're trolling him, dude, it's not trolling. It's internet bully. They're bullying this kid, which I don't know what kind of person would get sick pleasure out of bullying an autistic kid.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like that on the internet because, when you have anonymity, that's how you pronounce that word. It's kind of hard to pronounce. It makes you feel like you have power. Nobody knows who you are. You can operate in the shadows.
Yeah,
That was a lot of these trolls.
Do it in person though.
Yeah.
It's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, the internet, because of the internet, in your how anonymous you can be, you feel I can get away with anything. But
Not anymore.
yeah.
Not today.
Yeah, things have changed, and you have to pretty much do illegal stuff to get away with illegal stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what the heck that means, but what I mean, you have to pretty much hide your IP and stuff just to
Well, it's really hard nowadays.
Yeah.
I have one of our buddies who lives in Canada. He's been on the show before. His name's his name is Pat. Excuse me, from Game Gods. Anyway, he works for some computer agency. I can't remember. He tried explaining it to us, and it kind of went over my head. But anyway, he was saying that if you're going to commit a crime, don't ever use your cell phone and don't ever use a computer because all that information or your car,
Yeah.
all that information is always tracked, and you're gonna get busted for it. Because when you delete information off of your computer or cell phone, it's not gone.
Yeah.
It's just missing in space. All you have to do is reset your computer back to a specific date, and everything's there. So they can go through years of all of your stuff.
And also, I was listening to another podcast talking about how crazy forensics are, and there was this guy who got caught because he was driving around and he murdered, I think, his family, and they found out that the bugs in his grill were different from this area. They found out that he was where he was driving.
Wow.
Yeah, people can.
That's intense.
Yeah.
Anyway, the whole Chris
It's
Chan
hard to
thing
get away
is
with murder these days.
not just that with anything. It's hard to get away with crimes. Some people do, but those people have a lot of power and a
Yeah.
lot of money to spend on good lawyers.
Yeah.
OJ.
I'm not black. I'm OJ.
Anyway,
Okay.
the whole Chris Chan thing, it's a huge mess. And, like,
Yeah.
if you don't know anything about it, I know we've done a piss poor job of explaining it, but you can go watch videos on it. I mean,
there's tons of YouTube
yeah.
videos. There's like several documentaries. If you want to really know it, one series I recommend that's ongoing, part 5 was like uploaded today, is Chris Chan: A Comprehensive History. And at first, the beginning is very simple, and then it like starts to get darker. But anyways, I'll let this guy finish his thoughts.
Well,
and,
it's like I didn't even know about Chris Chan
Yeah.
until you mentioned it to me.
Yeah.
So, but he's huge. He was I think he was an internet fad that just
Yeah.
came and now is like disappearing into the wind.
yeah,
And I would have not known about it unless you
Yeah.
asked me to watch it and talk about it. But it's really sad and depressing. But everyone throws a fit. They're like, "Oh, he's just a horny punk." I'm like, dude. First of all, the kid's autistic. I'm not condoning what he does. It is what it is. But, like, autistic kids can't control themselves at all when it comes to specific stuff. Like, when I was in high school, I had an autistic kid. Like, we were in church class. This is like a class to learn about Jesus. And he's in there, and he's just masturbating. He's jerking away, like, pleasuring himself in class, just in his pants or whatever. And he just can't control it. He was just an autistic kid. And his special ed teacher, like, would tell me, because I sat in the back of the class, unfortunately, and he would sit next to me, and the teacher would say, if he starts doing that, just take him to the bathroom and let him finish his business. Like, because they can't control it, dude. They just, I don't know what it is. That's just what they are. And I'm not judging autistic kids or whatever. I mean, I think they're great. They're human beings, but they don't have any self-control. So when Chris Chan is, like, doing his thing, I'm not saying he should have videoed it. First of all, you shouldn't. Even if you think you're saying it to your girlfriend, don't video yourself banging a doll.
Yeah.
And I understand he's an autistic kid, so it probably didn't click with him. So I don't know. I think both sides are silly. First of all, I don't think it's right for those people to be bullying an autistic kid, whether he is high functioning or not. He's still autistic. And then 2, I don't think it's right for the autistic kid to be videoing himself naked, going to town on a doll.
Yeah.
And posting it to the internet, know. So it's sad. It is sad. But if stuff were to happen like that today, that was over 10 years ago. That was like 15 years ago. What was it? 2005, 2006 when the Chris Chan thing started to be. Oh, it was 2008, wasn't it?
2007.
2007.
Yeah.
Okay, well, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's if that were to happen today, like, you'd be arrested. You'd be in trouble for cyberbullying, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it unfair? I don't know. Chris Chan, the way he acts and conducts himself, I understand he's autistic. It can't be tolerated, because I was watching one where he recently, I don't know how recent it was, maybe a couple of years ago, but he got arrested at a video game store because he was accused of trying to run over
the owner.
The owner, because the owner kicked him out because of how Chris was behaving inside the shop. So him and his mom got arrested for it.
Yeah. So I wanted to also talk about some other moments from Chris Chan. In community college, you see in Sonichu, he'd incorporate like his characters in his life. Like, he'd make characters based on like real life people he knew, or like sometimes he'd like also take other fictional characters and like repurpose them as something like Raichu and Amy Rose. Like, they smashed together as Rosachu, and then they made like other Rosachu. Like, Rosachus are female for the Sonichu race, and Sonichus are the male, and they made a bunch of different Sonichus and Rosachus. It was weird. But anyways, there's this one lady who we put in name as like a antagonist in his comic, and her name is Mary Lee Walsh, because Chris Chan had something called a love quest, where he's trying to find a boyfriend-free girl, and
So, in other words, a girl that doesn't have a boyfriend.
a single girl, and then also he sings that classic Backstreet Boys song, I never wanna hear you say I have a boyfriend. It's like, It's like, you see, like, there's kind of a reason why it's made fun of, because like his art is can be critiqued, but again, like,
Still doesn't change the fact
the
that the
trolling
guy's
was still
autistic.
extreme. The
Yeah.
trolling was extreme, but like, I can still critique his art. It's like, if as an artist, you're not very good. I'm just sorry to say. Like, you just gotta.
He's autistic. The guy's autistic.
I know, but there's been some autistic people who have made some great stuff.
I understand.
Chris Chan.
There's autistic people
Yeah.
that are tremendous musicians or great artists, or they can sing, or they know how to do whatever, I understand. There's autistic kids who are just pure geniuses at what they do.
But Chris Chan, like, he's just like he made some weird stuff. Like, he's in like I understand, like I understand, like, he wants to do what he wants to do, but anyways, back to like Sonichu. There's a lady named Mary Lee Walsh. She was like I think the dean of like a community college he was in, and he posted these flyers for his love quest, and Mary Lee Walsh took them down, and he claims that she tore them up in his face, which some people say no, that didn't happen. Again, he's probably a liar. He's probably a pathological liar. So that's unfortunate that he does that. But again, he's autistic. But I don't know how long we keep playing the autistic card for.
At the same time, it's like, the kid's autistic, but there's got to be a point. Like, if somebody's autistic and you know it, and they need help, they need like supervision. Yeah. You, as a parent or as a guardian, need to provide that.
And that's the problem. Like, he also complained that the college or his high school somewhere, like where he's educated, wasn't equipped to handle autistic children, even though he himself was better off than most autistic children. So I don't know if they thought he doesn't really need like too much supervision, but really, like, if you look at his behavior and stuff, then you should probably have supervision. But anyways, Mary Lee Walsh, she made an antagonist in his comic book, and later, like, she changed her name to something else. But that was an interesting incident, and another incident where if you don't there's three more I want to share. One, I've seen his dick on the internet. He has pictures of his dick on the internet. It's unfortunate. I wish I didn't see it. As like, if you go on the CWC wiki, which is like documents everything about him, which is surprising. Like, somehow they got a lot of this stuff, and I don't know how. Maybe they hacked his computer, which probably happened. But they got so much stuff about him, and his genitalia is out there to view, and it's...
Well, he posted a video of himself banging a doll.
Yeah, but, like, also, like, there's a video of him in, like, the shower, and he walks out, and you just see a full view of his wang.
See, I don't know why.
And his wang is apparently crooked, because there was a issue in Sonichu where he was, like, banging a girl, and, like, it looks like he traced his wiener, and it's like has a bend in it.
Yeah, see, it's like, you shouldn't film yourself naked ever. Like, come on.
Unless it's like something artistic, unless you're like selling your body for money, which is your choice.
Like a porn star?
Yeah, like a porn star, or like
an actor.
Or you're doing tasteful nudes.
Tasteful nudes.
Yeah.
I'm sure people get paid for that.
Yeah.
Have you heard of models?
Yeah, like Playboy bunnies, like those I guess some people say that's porn, but actually it's tasteful nudes. It's softcore.
No boobs?
There were boobs, but then Playboy magazine said, "No, we're not gonna do boobs anymore." Surprising. But anyways, the two other things. There's another infamous video of him mixing Fanta and his specimen together and drinking it, and
so his
one of the quotes says, "Tastes salty." It's like,
oh, he drank it.
Yeah, he drank it.
He drank his own semen. Those seamen will not be sailing any more shores,
Yep.
any more seas.
Oh yeah. Also, he's not a virgin. Apparently, he hired a prostitute to lose his virginity. So, there you go.
To each their own. He finally satisfied his quest for love for a night, maybe a couple minutes actually. Anyway, another thing that I wasn't really disturbed by it, but it was like, wow, way to go, Chris. He went out into left field. He started cross-dressing. He was actually a
lesbian identified
a lesbian identified man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So he dressed like a woman and said he was a lesbian that liked women, but he still classified himself as a man.
Yeah. He's pretty much trans by this point.
Is he? So he kept going with the whole.
Yeah, like I think he identifies as a woman now.
Does he still have a wang?
Yeah. I don't know if he'll ever get the surgery. I don't think he ever will.
I don't think he can afford it.
Yeah, he probably can't afford it.
Because there was something I saw where he sold like his whole sonic altar for like $1,500 online.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, his sonic shoe altar. Yeah. Yeah, but now he makes little figurines. But I think one of the last controversies, like there's two. One, he like put in GameSpot, he put like these sleeves in for the game Sonic Sonic Boom, which is like considered one of the worst games ever. Not only one of the worst Sonic games, but one of the worst games of all time. And he had a problem because Sonic arms were, get this, they were blue.
And not yellow.
And not skin color. So he go into his local GameSpot, and he put the sleeve on there, and it says, "Sonic arms are not blue. Do not buy this game." I'm like, what? Are you serious? And this is the Sonic Boom, where not only are Sonic's arms blue, he has this scarf. He's like, he's like a couple inches taller. I don't know. I'm not good with measurements. Knuckles, he's like this huge buff guy, and like they added like a fifth character. It's like, what? Okay, so they do all this stuff. They do like pretty much a visual reboot of the whole Sonic franchise for this game, and all you're complaining about is Sonic's arms are blue.
See,
which if you look, which I noticed is like, that doesn't look. That actually looks more fitting than his flesh-colored arms. If you think about it,
you don't even see his arms in the game. You just see his legs.
Yeah,
doing the whole Sonic Run thing. But you know that there's a problem with the game.
Yeah.
Especially when you got a guy that loves Sonic so much, personally goes into GameStop and tells people not to buy this game.
Yeah, he and after the conference had to tell him to leave, there's a video of him walking out and pepper spraying a guy. Just randomly just pulling out and pepper spraying a guy. And that's when he gets arrested for a second time.
So just some random Dave, not even the guy. Yeah. So it's just some random
he just walks by and just goes like, just pepper sprays someone. It's like, someone's gotta do something.
So it's not even the guy that kicked him out, just some random guy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I'm not sure like if it was the random guy, but like, I don't know why. You can watch the video and see, but it looks like he I don't even know at this point. She just pepper sprayed a random guy.
Just goes out, storms out.
It was an employee. It was an employee.
No.
And like he's like, "Don't call anyone," and he walks out. It's like
they're calling the cops.
Yeah, they're calling the cops, man.
Pepper spray somebody and get away with it.
Yeah,
that is terrible. See, I didn't know about that, and I'm sure there's more Chris Chan wonderfulness out there.
Okay, so there's one more thing I wanted to share, and this will be the most disturbing thing, but I ended on. Okay, so in Chris Chan's transitioning or whatever, he got his taint pierced.
What?
Yeah, he had his taint pierced, and then he removed it, and then it started to make a split, and it started to get infected. And he showed pictures, and I saw the pictures.
Oh my gosh!
And then the last picture is like a hole, and he says he thought that his is a vagina that he was never born with, and I'm like, Why? No, it was gross. I was like, oh, why?
Oh gosh.
This is the most disturbing podcast we have filmed yet, people. Do not look these pictures up.
Why did you
Don't
look them up?
I don't know.
For research
My
purposes?
sick curiosity is like, I wonder how bad it.
Well, you know what they say about people that are very curious.
You ever want to see what it looks like when a man in Dubai gets his head smashed?
No.
There was a video I saw where a baby got run over by a train. I was like, oh.
Why did you watch it?
I don't know. Like,
where was it on? YouTube?
No, it wasn't on you. Like, I don't know. It's like this. I saw there's this thing on the internet called Run the Gauntlet, and there's these series of videos that you watch and like they get worse. I saw one person watching. He censored some, but for some reason he didn't censor the baby one getting run over by a train.
Ugh.
And
there
like
are
this
some
tiny little 8-month-old like just getting like crushed under the. It's like
There's some graphic videos on YouTube. Like I remember showing you one a while ago on YouTube where this guy, he's like, I think it's in Somalia or something, but he gets his hand chopped off by a hatchet.
Yeah, and like I don't know if you can still look at it today, but you could probably find somewhere on the internet.
It was messed up. But there's also graphic videos. I mean, there's one I watched where, and this was all over the news, but this kid and his grandma actually got ran over by a car, and this kid got his head smashed and like grinded into the concrete, and he gets up, nothing happened.
Yeah, like
have you seen that one?
He's perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's like he gets up and runs over to his grandma, who she just got her legs ran over, but he gets his whole face like smashed and smeared into the asphalt. He gets up like nothing. I'm like, wow.
And like it sounds like he got severely damaged. No, he was made of steel. Like no damage.
Yeah, they're like, oh, he's just had.
Maybe he passed out afterwards. Maybe he's got maybe it was like an adrenaline rush or something. But
saved his life.
If you don't know, there's a whole website called LiveLeak, which has probably if you want to look up videos of people getting killed, you can go to LiveLeak.
I don't want to.
There's also a Reddit. There's also a Reddit page called Watch People Die, and I'm like, in Reddit, like, the Reddit is like a magical doorways to any world, and they're secluded off. Like, if you want to go watch. There's like another subreddit for like dead children. It's like if you want to go find something, Reddit, they probably made a subreddit for it.
I know, but why doesn't Reddit shut that down, dude?
They condemn it. They can it's like freedom of speech kind of. I guess they're defending like freedom of press or speech.
I guess you don't have to go look at it.
There's stuff called condemned. Those are condemned subreddits. So like it said, this subreddit has been like.
But people can still go look at it.
Yeah, they can still go find it.
Messed up, man.
Yeah.
Which it takes a truly sick person to go watch something.
But there
like
are
that.
websites that like dedicate to like gory stuff. It's like,
pass.
Yeah. There's also PewDiePie. He played like the 50-50 challenge, and so did Markiplier, and like.
I watched that. Those videos.
Some of them have like ISIS beheadings and stuff. It's like.
Pass, dude.
Hard pass. Why would you want to watch that? Put yourself down. Like, I know some people are like, actually some people do get a kick out of it because they're kind of desensitized to it.
People are just weird and messed up, man.
Like the cast of the Sleepy Cabin cast, they like talk about those kinds of videos they've seen. But anyways, yeah. Disturbing stuff aside, that's Chris Chan. Is there gonna be anything more about him? I don't know. He seems to be toning down. Like he seems to be secluding himself now. He's not really. He still has a YouTube channel and he updates his Twitter. So and there's also the Quick Wiki, the CWC Wiki, which you can just call the Quick Wiki, to look at all that stuff. There's also tons of, if you don't like reading, there's tons of videos on YouTube, like again the Chris Chan Comprehensive History, which you can just watch. And hey, since he calls himself Christine Weston Chandler now, Chris Chan still is the title that can apply. So there you go. You can still call him or her Chris Chan. And this tripod won't. It's like.
You're spinning it the wrong way.
Oh, I'm like
spin it this way. This way.
Oh, like that. like that.
The bottom.
And also, there's another video series I like to point out. There's also one called Sonichu, the animated series. Just look up like Sonichu, the animated series complete, and
Did
it's
he
like
animate it?
no, it's like a Flash parody made by Spaz Kid, and it's pretty funny if you but it's pretty dark. Like it has some dark humor. It's pretty much making fun of Chris Chan, but to me,
Everybody makes fun of Christian.
but to me, it's pretty funny in a sick way. But like, because Chris, you know, he hates gay people. Well, he hated gay people. Now he can't say that.
That doesn't make. Because he says he's a lesbian. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, you're a hypocrite if you say you hate gay.
Well,
people.
he hated gay people before. Then, like he said, I'm a lesbian identified man. He doesn't say that anymore.
Because he can't.
Yeah. Like, also the video that he's like one of his first internet videos to the public. He said the infamous words like, "I hope you all stay straight, every one of you." It's like, oh.
Bad thing
Yeah.
to say.
But one more thing I actually wanted to share was a quote from his now deceased father when he was talking to a girl and fondling himself like with a sex call. His dad busts in, says, "Get away from the internet! I'm cutting it down."
I'm cutting it down.
Yeah.
What is the internet, like a tree?
Yeah. Yeah, but there's a lot of great stuff we could just keep going on about Chris Chan. He himself is a work of art. Like the Chris Chan Comprehensive History series says like the best of the beginning, like how did he get this far? What's the attraction? Why is everyone obsessed? Something like that. He always says that at the beginning of everyone. But you know what?
I think it's just like you said. People
Yeah.
are curious. They just
Yeah.
want to know.
Yeah.
I, for one, don't care, and I don't want to know.
Yeah. So
Not
you
that I
know-
don't care about Chris Chan. I mean, I kind of don't. I didn't even know of his existence.
Yeah.
It's hard to
but-
care about something you don't know is there. But
Yeah, but now you know, and you probably don't care. But at least you're aware of this infamous
yeah,
person.
the man, the myth, the legend, Christian Weston Chandler.
Yep. And now it's on to the movie review of the week.
Dun, 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 dun.
And I saw Who Framed Roger Rabbit, a classic movie that what's the word that mixes together, that collaborates, whatever. It brings together live action and animation. Like this was for its time a very unique film because like
It was Space Jam-esque. What
Yeah.
came first, Space Jam or Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Who Framed Roger Rabbit
Okay, so Space Jam came.
is a very unique
of
film.
that.
It's about a cartoon rabbit named Roger Rabbit who
Gets framed.
gets he's like
Uh-huh.
he's like this popular cartoon character like Bugs Bunny or Mickey Mouse, and like he's more like Bugs Bunny, and mixed with Tom and Jerry. And like the beginning is like a cartoon he's in, and he messes up because he was supposed to see stars when he was like gets hit in the head. Because tunes are indestructible in this movie. Well, until Judge Doom makes a stuff. Can't remember what's it called? Like this stuff called. It's the simple word. What is it? It's called why can't I remember it? Well, anyways, it's just like acidic, toxic stuff that kills tunes. Like it melts them. There's this really messed up scene where well, anyways, the first scene, like, which I realized this wasn't for kids, like, when the baby character, like, gets out of character, it's like, what the hell was that? Like, he's swearing, he's cursing, like, I want a damn cigar. It's like, whoa, whoa. This movie's supposed to be for kids? Like, this movie's PG rated? This should be, like, PG-13. Anyways, back to the scene with Judge Doom, played by Christopher Lloyd. Great actor.
Yeah.
He takes this little cartoon shoe, because like a bunch of cartoon shoes came out, and he's like cuddling up against him, grabs him, puts a glove on, just dips it in acid, kills the poor little thing. I'm like,
Oh.
oh my gosh, that's horrible. Like You just killed a cute little cartoon.
Little cartoon shoe.
And people just watching horror, they're like, "What's wrong with this guy?" Because he runs Toontown, and
Is that where the video game Toontown came from?
no, it came from like Disney. I think Disney had like a series of coloring books called Toontown or something. Like they had a marketing thing.
Did you ever
for
play that
Toontown.
game?
Yeah, I did.
Was it good?
And I had to pay for it. You had to,
Ooh.
yeah. It was a monthly thing, but like we'd play for it for a little bit. I think we got it twice. We'd play for a little bit, then we get tired of it. It's like, hey, we want Toontown again. Then we play again, then we got tired of it and just got rid of it. And now it's shut down. But
Along
some,
with the Penguin game.
yeah, but like unlike the Penguin games, fans brought it back up. It's really like it's just like an RPG, simplest, the most. It's like a beginner level RPG. Like it's turn based, you get a bunch of attacks, and like you have magic or something. It's really easy. Like it's a very simplistic RPG, and you gotta wait for enemies to spawn. Like I was playing more complex RPGs at the time when I was trying to play Toontown. But it looked so cool when I was younger. But it's like
it was hip and it was all over the
it's like,
TV.
why am I not playing Legend of Dragoon, which is like a very underrated game? I had Legend of Dragoon. It's a great RPG. I like it. But yeah, Who Framed Roger Rabbit also stars the late Bob Hoskins. It's great. Yes, it's a great movie. You should go watch it. I don't know if it's taken off Netflix yet, but they'll probably bring it on some other platform.
What do you rate it?
I don't know. I can't think of a rating. Jessica Rabbit's nice rack out of Jessica Rabbit's nice ass.
So it was a nice game. Very
Yeah.
nice movie. Very
Yes.
pleasant.
You know Jessica Rabbit. She's the
Yes,
sexy redhead.
she is.
Yeah. And also one more thing about this. There's somehow they got a bunch of cartoons and they somehow got Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny in the same frame at once. And I don't like that's probably the only time you'll see them together
Ever.
This movie is a milestone.
And is it like 20 years old now?
Yeah, it's like 1988.
Oh, it's way over 20 years old.
It's 30 years.
Dang, Gina.
Anyway, that's the film. I know I don't do a big critical analysis on films, but whatever. Like I realize that. Whatever. Like this is a good film.
It's just your opinion.
Flaws.
It's your onion.
Yeah, it has flaws, but whatever. Like he has this he gets this cartoon gun and he doesn't use it. All he does is like shoots a liquor bottle because like I'm done with alcohol. And like there's cartoon bullets, and like the bullets are useless because like which way did he go? I think he went this way. Shoot, shoot, shoot. It's like, well, that was. And sometimes at first the gun is like a cartoon gun he holds, and then like it becomes a prop, like this blue gun prop. It's like, well, that lasted. And he just throws it on the ground because it's useless. The gun is useless. Even though he has a cartoon gun, but all the other toons use real guns. And there's one scene where a guy gets shot. I can't remember the detective's name, played by Bob Hoskins, but he like puts the guy's tie in like this press or something, and, like winds it up, and he's like choking him, and then Judge Doom with a gun like peers over it and like shoots him twice. It's like, kids, for kids.
Great.
It's like a neo-noir film mixed with cartoons. Yeah, again, go see it. It's a great movie.
Highly recommended.
Yeah. It's probably gonna be off Netflix by the time we get this video out, but whatever.
Yeah.
You could
I've
probably rent
already
it.
seen it.
You could probably rent it.
It's been a while,
Yeah,
but I've seen it.
It's been a
already.
while. Got any music this week, bro?
Funny you mention it. You just sang a line from the band. Can I do like popular bands? Or do
you
they
can
have
do
to be
anything.
indie?
You can
Great.
do anything.
This is a kind of an older band. I think they were late 90s, early 2000s. But the band is Stained. And Thane just sang a lyric from one of their songs called It's Been a While.
Yeah.
But anyway, they sing a song called So Far Away, which I really like. And anyway, Stained. go check them out. They're a great
Don't
band.
they sing that one song? It's like, I'm wasting my time. That's another band, isn't it?
I can't remember.
But how's the song So Far Away go?
Now that you're here, not so far away.
Okay.
I
I don't think I'm familiar with that song, but it's like one of those.
We'll go listen to it after this. It's a really cool song. Like, do you ever listen to music and then it like takes you back to when you were little, or takes you back to a specific moment in time? Dude, it happens all the time when I listen to Stained, or I listen to like Creed, or pretty much any 80s band. 80s hair metal, like 80s hair band, not hair metal. Hair metal, hair band, same thing. Anyway, when I listen to songs, it'll like take me back. And Stained is one of those bands where when I listen to one of their songs, it takes me back to when I was 3 or 4 years old, sitting on the couch watching my dad play Zelda.
Yeah, whenever I play a PlayStation 2 game, it takes me back. When I play Zelda, it takes me back, man. Ocarina of Time takes me back.
Takes me back. No.
Games, movies.
It's amazing.
Smell of a woman's feet.
Takes you back to when?
I don't know. Do you have a foot fetish?
I don't, actually.
Okay. I don't either.
Sometimes I look at feet and I'm just like, ugh.
Feet are the dirtiest part of the body.
I think the butthole's dirtier.
Yeah, it is. Feet are like one of the dirtiest parts of the body because they touch the floor.
Well, it just depends. Like most people, like me, I wear socks and shoes pretty much all day, every day.
Yeah, I go barefoot. Except for
when I'm at my house. See,
I go barefoot at my house.
You're barefoot bandit.
Yeah.
See, even at my house, I wear socks. The only time I take my socks off is when I get in the shower, I go swimming, or when I go to bed.
Yeah,
so
me too.
Other than that, I wear socks. So I think feet just stink because they sweat. People don't think that, but your feet stink because they sweat, dude. And it's not like the insides of your shoes are a real clean place. There's bacteria in there. That's fun fact. Sweat doesn't stink. It's actually when your sweat connects with bacteria that it starts to stink. Yeah. So when you smell your stinky feet, it's actually just bacteria mixed with your sweat.
Your pits are probably...
Saying there's bacteria there.
Yeah.
Do you know there's over 1,400 different types of bacteria living in your belly button? Ew. Your little... feeder hole from when you were an infant.
Somehow I always get lint in there. You ever pick out the lint in your belly button?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it gets there from like your shirts and your pants. Like
like somehow just a wad collects in there. And you're like, ugh.
It's true. It happens. I'm like, what the heck?
It's a very mysterious phenomenon.
Maybe your belly button actually grows lint. And if you're saying that you've never had belly button lint before, you're either one, an alien with no belly button, or two, you're lying.
Yeah. You're grown in a lab.
There are people without belly buttons, though. Have you seen those pictures?
I don't know.
There are photos of people
without
belly buttons. It is a weird
thing.
Like
I think it's just kind of like when the umbilical cord pulled off, it was like perfectly
sealed
smooth.
over. Well, I think you can just seal it up. Because you can make your belly button an innie or an outie, too.
If you push your belly button in, like your it makes you feel like you're about to pee.
Yeah, it tickles your...
Wait, so if you're an outie, does it always look like an outie?
Yep. But like I said,
I don't think
I'm pretty
really
sure you
seen
can...
anyone with outies very much.
There's tons of people. A lot of my buddies have outies. I'm more of an innie kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm an innie, too.
Like, there's some beautiful models with outie belly buttons. But most of them are innies, let's be honest.
I don't think I've ever seen...
Go look up hot models with outie belly buttons.
That's a weird kink right there. Oh, she's got to have an outie belly button.
Oh yeah. No, I don't care if you have an innie or an outie. If you're beautiful and you're nice to be around and you can cook me good vegetarian, vegan food.
Yeah.
I love you.
So that's our podcast. Talked about Chris Chan.
Sadly.
Yeah.
It's a sad story, but I think it's a part of the internet's history.
Yeah, it's part. And there's also Eliza Lamb. If you ever heard of her, it's part of the internet's history. Such a weird story. If you have some time, look up Eliza Lamb.
Is it gonna torment me as much as this last one?
It's just like it's not really about her, but it's about her death.
Ooh.
But if you look it up, you'll be like confused and perplexed.
Well, how did she die? Just tell me that much.
She somehow got up to a water tower in a hotel. And
I've seen that.
Yeah.
So it looks like she's possessed, and she kind of like walks
Yeah.
through, goes up an elevator and stuff, and then
Yeah.
just disappears, and they find her dead body in a water thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's weird.
Yeah, it was so weird.
That was bizarre.
Yeah. But anyways, hey, one more announcement before we end our podcast. I'm doing live streaming on my Twitch at twitch.com/deliciouscancer. So come check me out. I don't know how to say this any easier, but this is just how I say it. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. I guess that wasn't that hard, but it's so long when you have to type it out.
It's true. But we also actually started Radcat's Twitch streaming. That's going to be random.
Yeah.
We're going to try and do it as frequently as possible. But
I think we're still doing every Saturday on YouTube. And if we can get a big following on Twitch, we'll probably move Saturdays on Twitch.
Absolutely. If we can, we've already gotten more viewers off of Twitch streaming than we have off of our YouTube streaming.
Yeah. It's good. It's great. You can get... because all Twitch is just streaming. I mean, when you go to YouTube, do you want to really look up streaming?
Not really.
Yeah, exactly. So go to Twitch to watch people play games.
I mean,
live.
When we get a couple thousand followers, like I want to try streaming on Game Gods and see what comes of that.
Oh yeah,
because he has over 1,000 reach. So
if we stream on it, and we can say come watch our Twitch or watch our YouTube.
Yeah, come check us out, dogs.
So. There you go. We'll probably put the links. We'll put the links down below. So yeah, and along with all the other social media links and
all the other jazz.
Yeah. And thank you for watching this week's podcast.
If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a like. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below and join the conversation. If you have any other topics that you would like us to discuss, please let us know. Hit us up on Twitter or Instagram. Facebook is dying as far as I feel like reaching an audience.
Yeah,
maybe I'm wrong.
Mean, I think none of our audience goes to Facebook anymore.
No. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always,
keep it rad.
Keep it bad.
Bang, bada bang.
You've got mail. Goodbye.